Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic is towards civil disobedience. The last week you have learned about non-cooperation movement and you have seen that how the people of India participated in it. Very enthusiastically they were continuing this movement, but Mahatma Gandhi called off this movement in between without gaining any success. Let us understand why Mahatma Gandhi called off this movement. There are two reasons for this. The one is Chauri Chaura incident. What is the Chauri Chaura incident? In 1922, in the month of February, this incident took place in the village Chauri Chaura. It is in Gorakhpur district of Uttar Pradesh. While the peasants of Chauri Chaura were conducting a peaceful demonstration, police fired upon them. Angered peasants attacked the police station and burnt alive 22 policemen. This incident is known as Chauri Chaura incident. Because of this incident, Mahatma Gandhi felt the movement was turning so violent. So Satyagrahi needed to be trained before they go for a struggle. So that was the reason Mahatma Gandhi thought to stop this movement. The one reason. The second one is, within the Congress, some leaders were tired of the movement now and they wanted to participate in the coming election or in the election to the provincial council. So that had been set up by Government of India Act of 1919. This was a law made by British that given a chance to Indian people to represent Indian people in the council. So these are the reasons why Mahatma Gandhi called off this movement. The second one is, within the Congress, some leaders were by now tired of mass struggle and wanted to participate in elections to the provincial council. These are the two reasons. Next, we can understand what was the intention behind this. Why some leaders of Congress wanted to participate in the election. They felt that it was important to oppose British policies within the council, argue for reform, and also demonstrate that these councils were not truly democratic. They thought that they can oppose the British government within the council and they can argue for reforms, so that not only that they can highlight the issues of Indian people in the council and they can protest against the government within the council. That's because they wanted to participate in the council election. To participate in the election, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party in 1923 within the Congress. These leaders did not leave the Congress, but they formed another party that is for participating election. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party within the Congress. But young leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they did not like when Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement. They wanted to continue the mass agitation against the British and they need a full independence. So there was already a political issue already there in the country. Along with another factor also created difficulties in Indian politics by late 1920s. So we have seen the political issue of our country during late 1920s. Another factor also created some difficulties for Indian people, that was worldwide economic depression. After the First World War, all over the world there was economic depression because of economic fall of each country and also different kinds of diseases that spread after that during the World War in 1918. So that's because it's created worldwide economic depression. You can understand what is our country's experience today because of COVID-19. Many people lost their job and also business is falling down, agriculture production and industrial production, everything. The COVID-19 affected every area of people. So just like more than that, during the late 1920s, worldwide economic depression happened. So that affected every section. Well, in India, what happened in India, the prices of agricultural production fall from 1926 and collapsed by 1930. That's because the agriculture price, they are not getting the prices for their products. What happened? Exports declined. The peasants won't be interested if they are not getting money for their products. So they did not interest in exporting goods to other countries. That also exploited, and because of this, the peasants found it difficult to sell their harvest and pay their revenue. So this is another second factor of issues of our country during late 1920s. And against this background, the new Tory government, they constituted a statutory commission under Sir John Simon to study the problem of India and to solve the issues of India. Tory government in Britain appointed a law commission under Sir John Simon. Statutory means law. So they appointed to solve the issues of our country. Tory government appointed a law commission under Sir John Simon. This is known as a Simon Commission. This was done in response to the nationalist movement. And for what this commission was set up? The commission was set up to study the Indian Constitution and make some changes and suggest some changes. The purpose of this commission, they have to study the Indian Constitution and suggest some changes. And in this commission, there were 7 members. And these 7 members were from British, no Indians. So that was a problem that angered Indian people. That was one of the problem of this commission. It did not have a single Indian member. So that's because when the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted with the slogan, "Go back Simon." Majority of people participated in this. All the parties, including the Congress and the Muslims, participated in this demonstration. And against the Lathi charge, the police done the Lathi charge, and against the Lala Lajpat Rai, in this Lala Lajpat Rai got injured and later he was died. In effort, so the people started their protest against, they were assertive against the British, against the Simon Commission. So in an effort to win them over, to repress the movement of the people, what the Viceroy Lord Irwin did, he announced in October 1929 a vague offer of dominion status. To win over this, it means to repress this movement. To stop this movement, the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1929 a vague offer of dominion status. That means half freedom. How it is a half freedom? All rules and regulations can made by or make by whom the citizens of our country, except foreign communication and to repress the movement against the Simon Commission, the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1929 a vague offer of dominion status. So what the Lord Irwin did? He announced a vague offer of dominion status to repress, to stop the movement against Simon Commission. So what's a dominion status? It is a half freedom for India. It means that all laws and regulations of a country are maintained and controlled by its own citizen, except foreign relations, defense and communications. So that is will take care of by the British. So under the supervision of British, they can rule their country, Indian can rule their country. So that is a dominion status. And to discuss on this, a round table conference was called to discuss about the future constitution. But it did not satisfy the Congress leaders, so that's because Mahatma Gandhi did not participate in this. And against what they have done, the radicals within the Congress like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they became more assertive, they became more violent against the British. And the first one, we have learned about the liberals and moderates. They wanted to oppose the government within the council, so that also lost their influence. So what the radicals did? They decided to fight for the Purna Swaraj. For that, in December 1929, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, they conducted a Congress session at Lahore, and they decided to fight for Purna Swaraj, full independence for India. And in this meeting, they also declared that 26th January of 1930 would be celebrated as the Independence Day. And they also prepared pledge to take that day, pledge to struggle for complete independence. So this is known as a Purna Swaraj, the fight for Purna Swaraj. So that was done by Jawaharlal Nehru in December 1929. The radical leaders conducted a Congress session under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru at Lahore. And in this Congress session, they demanded for Purna Swaraj or full independence. And in that, they also declared that 26th January 1930 would be celebrated as the first Independence Day of India. And they also prepared a pledge to take, that pledge to struggle for complete independence. Okay, when people were to take a pledge to struggle for complete independence. So this was the plan in the Purna Swaraj meeting in 1929, but it could not gain much success. These celebrations attracted very little attention. So Mahatma Gandhi had to find a way to relate this abstract idea of freedom to more concrete issues of everyday life. So that was the reason he decided to launch Salt March or Civil Disobedience Movement. Thank you.